Hello chickens, welcome back. Angela here as always. Hope you are all doing well, finding lots of time to craft. Just want to say a big shout out to everybody who's new to my channel. If this is your first time watching, hello, and welcome to everyone who supports me every week. Thank you guys, you're amazing. Right, on Sunday, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday, today's Tuesday, I'm just getting my days right. I shared with you the little freebie that I put together, and I hope that you've had fun putting that together. We made a little booklet that looked like that, and today I wanted to show you what I'm doing to that booklet and how I'm going to put that into the journal. So that's what we're going to do. If you haven't picked this up, it's my Facebook freebie. If you're a member, you can pick it up there in the files tab, or if you're not a member and you don't want to be a member, that's also fine. I do have it in my website shop, angelakerrdesigns.com. You can pick it up there as well. All right, so that's that. What do you need today? Well, let me show you what you're doing first and then you can gather the goodies. Right, so I'm putting it into the very first page of my signature. So it's going to be like the first thing you see when you open the journal, on the first page. And here's my little folio that we made together on Sunday. It looks like this at this point. Yeah, so you can see the video on how I put that together on Sunday. And then this is what I've done with it. So what I've done is I've opened it up. I'm going to swap these over because I've made a little booklet out of it. So I've carried on with the folio, but I've put in some pages to make like a little mini journal or booklet. And I have a little place to put it in over here, like that. All right, I'm going to show you with that one how I got to that. This one I did a bit differently. I didn't put those little flowers there. I might still do that. I've put some lace where I've sewn in, so I've just put some lace over there. The rest is the same. Okay, same everywhere else. Then on the inside of this, I have a little belly band. We've got a little mini envelope, one of my envelopes. I've just put that in there, so you've got place to store things. You've got lots of extra writing space in there. Then you're going to flip that out, so it's a flip out. You've got a pocket over there. Use the other little plaque over there. 2 bits of ephemera, one is a tag, and I've just put that in there. And with the little flap bit, I've made a little tuck spot to put another little piece of ephemera there. I've just put some little bits of stenciling here and there with my vintage my I don't know why I can't get this right, antique linen. I wanted to say Arctic something, and Victorian velvet. So I've just used a little bit of that here and there. Okay, so that's what I've done. Yeah, and this just tucks in here. That word comes from my typewriter words that I did long time ago. I'm going to use them today. So it's the sheet which I printed onto tea stain paper. That's what I've done. And that closes up nicely, and that closes up nicely like that. So that's what we're going to do for the other signature. Now, I'm going to show you where that's going before I forget. So let's just find it here. Right, so it's the other lacy page, all right, the one where this is folded over. We're going to stick it here, and I've done the same with the stenciling on that page. All right, so I will just put that over here and leave it in the open position so I don't struggle next time. So what you want to do is you want to grab your little folio or make another one, because I'm putting one in each. I've got them, they look a bit different. So the one's got lace here, the other one's got lace there, one's got flowers on, one doesn't. You can decorate it however you choose. Right, so I'm using this one so I can show you the bit on how I put the papers in if you don't know. Then you want a couple of tea stain pages. I've got 3. 3 is enough. You can put as many as you like. We're going to halve them anyway. The other thing you want to gather is an envelope. I've got these square ones, 6 by 6 inches. They are 15 by 15 centimeters. It's got a flap on the side. We are going to trim this off. So really any envelope really. as long as it can house at least this little notebook. All right, we are going to chop some off, so don't stress about that. So you want an envelope. If you don't have something like this, you can just make it by taking a piece of paper and folding it with a flap. It's not hard. All right, so don't stress if you don't have the exact envelope. That's okay. I don't want you to go and buy it. Just take a piece of copier paper. All right, then I've got some of the ephemera bits from my kit. This is actually a bit of one of my background pages. I've just put it onto some paper here. I've got this tag, which somebody asked me how to show you how to tie it, so I've just got it ready to show you. We've got some of that stamp paper we're going to make a belly band with, a die cut. I've cut a 1.5-inch circle, so that's about 4 centimeters. Another little envelope from my add-on kit and some scraps that I'm going to just do on the end. That's really, I think, about everything that you need, I think. All right, so let's start with this little booklet. What you need are those 3 pieces of paper. You don't have to make it into a booklet. You can just use it as this folio is as it is, and put it into your journal just like that. All right, so you don't have to do that. This does add a little bit of bulk, so yeah, it's not something that you have to do. I'm going to show you just very quickly. I'm not going to sew it into this one. I'm going to have one that's a booklet and one that's not. But I'm going to show you how I go about doing this ever so quickly. All right, so the first thing you want, 3 pages of tea stain paper. Then you want to get some, I'm just using crochet yarn. And you want it 3 times the length of your spine, all right, in a needle. So you want that. You want your pokey tool and a pair of scissors, but I prefer a craft knife. Okay, so that's what you want. The first thing I do is I take one of these sheets and I fold it in half. Okie dokie. Just like this. Probably easier for me to stand up and do this. You can use your paper trimmer if you have one, or if you feel more comfortable, just a pair of scissors will work. All right, so you want to just line those up together there like that. Grab your long ruler, and I need my crafting knife. If you feel more comfortable clipping these pages together so that they don't move, then that's a good idea. All right, so just do that on both sides, just so that you know they're not going to shift. Although it won't be the only cut we're making here today, so that's all right. Okay, so now you've got your fold line here as your guide, and you want to cut this piece of these pages, all of them, in half, all of them together. Okay, we won't need those anymore. Take that out of the way, then put the 2 halves together like that. Right, just tap them so they're the same height, although we are going to trim again. Then you want to fold the whole lot together in half. You can fold them one by one if you want, but I'm going to trim them, so I'm not worried. Right, so there we go. You've got that like that. At this point, you're going to take all of those. This is how I do it. And you're going to put that into that cover like that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just have about 1/4 inch gap on that side, and with my pencil I'm going to guesstimate, we're not sewing it in yet, so it's okay, about the same on the other side, the cut side. All right, remember this side we tapped. All right, now you can take your clip again and just clip it together so it's not going to move. Right, so that's how high I want them. So let's cut that off. Use the board. You can use your, as I say, your trimmer if you feel more comfortable with that. But I tell you, this little knife works miracles for me. So I go with the knife. All right. So I've got the knife here. This is just a Stanley knife. You get it at the hardware store. And then slowly I'm just going through a couple of the layers. It gives you a really good, clean cut. You can just open them up, draw the lines and cut them with your trimmer or your scissors, whatever you want. All right, you can use these to stamp words on, so don't throw that away. All right, look at that. You got a super clean cut there now. Now we want to get the width, so just push that in like that Yeah, take off your little clip, all right, and lift up the lace, and you can see where the edge of your folio is, all right. So look for the edge of it there. So you've got your pencil mark. Again, I can put this on the other side now. Okay, now I know that that's the edge of my folio, but I want to make it just a 1/8 of an inch further in. All right, so I'm going to just guesstimate where I want it. I'm going to go 1/8 of an inch on my board on both sides, and that is where I'm going to do it. Right, maybe a little bit more. Okay, so just guesstimate. Once you've got where it is, you can then take it back 1/8 of an inch. Okay, I think that's about right. It's hard when you're sitting down. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Okay. Now, I thought today I would just show you how to do this, because normally I just do it. But today, these I can't use, I don't think, so I'm going to throw those away. Right, so you've got now your little booklet. It's got super clean cuts on those sides. And there you have it, good to go. So I would open these up, stick these in like that. See how it fits? Clip it in place, yeah? Make sure you've got it straight. I would just go with 2 clips really, one on opposite sides. Yeah, and now do halfway, 1/2 inch down there, and etc., and punch right through the lot all at once. And then you can do your 5-hole pamphlet stitch and put it in. Right, that's how I do it. Okay, so I'm not going to do it with this one. I think you all know how to do a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and if you don't, I do have a video how I make a booklet and do that, which I'll link in the description box in case you're wondering. Okay, so that's how I go about that. This one I'm going to have as a folio. The other one I've got as a booklet. You can make both booklets, both folios. You don't have to put this in. If you don't have tea stain paper, you can easily make that. I have a video on that too. Or if you just want the digital and print out the tea stain paper, I have that too. Gosh, I've got everything. You can't go wrong. All right, so we want that, and that's what we're going to use. So that's that done. Now we want to get to the envelope. All right, so what I did was, this is a 6 by 6 inches, as I said, 15 by 15. I want to chop off and make this 4.5 inches wide on the side without the flap. All right, so the flap is going to be this side. I'm just going to turn it around because I'm right-handed. Well, I'm ambidextrous really, but it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4.5 inches. Make your little mark there. It doesn't really matter what width you use for this, because it depends on how wide your page is, and because this page is slightly, well, I folded it over. I've got a side like that there, 3 inches in, and a short side there. This page is slightly narrower, so I'm mindful of that. Okay, so we're just going to cut off a bit there, and I want to just make sure that it was 4.5, 12, 4 3/4 actually. All right, so it's 4 3/4, and we're just going to chop that bit off. All right, so that's what you're going to do. Not on the side with the flap. You need the flap. All right, on the opposite side. So that's what you're going to do there. Right, move this up out the way. Okay, so I have done that. Here we go. And you've got the flap here, and now you've got this opening there. And you also have the piece that you've cut off that looks like this. And don't throw these away, because I'm going to make a project on Sunday with these. All right. Okay, so that's what we're going to do there. So you'll have 2 of these envelopes you need to do this to. Okay, now we want to just cover this quickly. All right, so decide which side you want the flip out to be. Mine is going to be flipping out right, so I want the flap on the right. If you want to have it flipping out left, then your flap needs to be on the left, if that's what you're doing, depending which side of your journal page you're making this. All right, so we're going to go with this side. And then I want to just grab, I've got this pink lace background paper. All these pages come from my Letters from a Lady kits. This is from the background pages. All right, so I'm using the background pages today, and I've cut this out already, and I'm going to stick that down. So let's see. I'm going to just grab my Bailey Arts glue, and I'm going to put that on here. So yeah, this was fun to make, and I was thinking a couple of days ago, how am I going to house this in the journal? Don't always just want to make a pocket. I want to do something a little bit more exciting than a pocket. So we've got this type of a flip out pocket. So yeah, I've made this before, long ago. I'm trying to think. I think it was my lilac journal, I think, if I remember correctly. And I love the lilac journal too. Right, so we're going to get this on here, just like that. Yeah, there we go. Just like that. Okay, let's cover the back of this as well. So, all right, so we've got this piece here. And with the envelope, it's got an opening there. So just be mindful of that when you're sticking your glue on, that you don't want to cover everything along that area. I'm going to just turn this around. There you go. Just use your bone folder and get that stuck down. Right. Now, I've just taken a piece of my shabby spot paper. This is 3.5 inches wide, all right, and just over 2 inches high. So that's what that is. So I'm going to stick that on 3 sides, just over there. Okay, so let's get some glue on that one. Yeah. Right, I did want to put this little goodie on here, and I ran some rickrack across there, which I need to grab. So I just want to grab some rickrack from my ribbon bundle, and I want to just cut that off. I think it's over here. There we go. Right, need to put the glasses on so I can see. The Royal Mail knocked at the door, and then yeah, set me off my train of thought. Right, so we'll just get that down quickly. I hope you're all having fun with the freebie. I've seen some amazing examples of people making it their own, which is amazing. That's exactly what I want you to do. And just let it, you know, simple little mindless project make you smile and think of all the different ways you can use it in your journal. Yeah, so I hope you did smile. Right, there we go. So we'll just get that on there. Is it straight-ish? Yeah, we'll get that there. And then this little plaque over here, which I love these. I think I'm going to make some more of these. Like that. And then it's at this point that I took this, what do I call it? Typewriter words. And I'm just going to cut one out. So I'm cutting out thoughtful. Sometimes I tear them, but at the minute, in Victorian style, we're going for precision here. Right, I'm not so sure how shabby the Victorians were. Everything was beautiful and floral, but they were quite neat, weren't they? Right, well, appearances, you know, you don't know when you delve through the dark. There was a lot of dark areas in Victorian design. Right, thoughtful. I just thought that looked good with a word in it. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there like that. I do like having different words and texts and sentiments and things. Right, so we'll get that on there just like that. Oops, there we go. So that's pretty much done. I'm trying to keep this, I'm not putting flowers and goodies on. I'm trying to keep this as flat as possible. So that's what we're going to have there. On this side, we're going to put on a little belly band. I'll come back to that. Where's the belly band bit? Here it is. Okay, so what I wanted to do with this was I've taken my stamp background paper. I love this paper. It just has all these little splashes of color, which is perfect. And I'm going to stick that there. I have doubled it over and it is 1 inch wide. Okay, so 1 inch is 2.5 centimeters, and the length of my envelope, or the paper. So I just want to take my glue and I'm going to put about a 1/4 of an inch wide of glue there, just so that it's going to really, you know, don't want it to be flimsy. Right, and I really should have put the circle on first, she says, but that's okay, that's all right. Right, so we've got that down, and then I've cut out this 1.5 inch circle. And the other thing I wanted to grab was my wax seals. So let me go and get that. Okay, so I put them in here. These are the ones that I made with my wax seal glue melts, and I just want to get one and put it on there. Not all of these are perfect, but that's okay because it's a wax thingy. So yeah, I'm just going to use my glue and stick it on here, on that circle. Cute little heart. Now you don't want to put glue all over here, because you can see it goes over a little bit. So I'm just going to gauge it and I'm going to draw. So that's there, sort of within the lines, more or less. Let's hope I got that right. And then sort of just gauge the middle as well. And there we have it. Press it down gently. I think I got it all right, yeah. Okay, so there's your little belly band. How easy was that? Yeah, all right, so we've got that there. That's all good. I'm happy with that. We've got that bit done. What else do I need to do? I can't remember. Not too much really. Now you could go and sew around there. I didn't, because I wanted this open. So all is good. The last thing that you want to do is I want to cover this flap. So I'm just taking my inky thing, and you won't get the paper into the crease, so I'm just giving it a little distress ink there, especially if your envelope's white. Nothing wrong with that, because you cover it, don't you? All right, so I've got some bits here, and I've put them all together like little bundles. So there's my little die cut, and then I've got 3 bits here from my scraps. I've got a cream bit from the lacy background, I've got a bit of this, and then that's the bit that comes from this. So it's just a bit I had, so I'm going to use these 3 bits, just torn them off in sort of rounded rectangular shapes, there or thereabouts, and we're going to just arrange them. Now you don't want to go into that fold line, because this does need to be folding up, and that's fine. I'm going to move it a little bit away, just see which is the best fit. Probably that. I'm going to put this over here, I think, and then I'll put that in the middle, something like that. Let's move this that way, and that way, something like that. Okie dokes. So let's stick this one on first. I'm just going to use this leftover. I'm getting rid of this bottle because I have opened another one when I was and I don't know why I've got this bit here, but it's going to be used. All right, so we'll get that just over the 2. So it's just 3 little bits that you need there, really. Right, and now we're going to stick on our little die cut. So I've used a lighter one where the other one was a darker one. Give it a little bit of interest, really. You can use a die cut flower if you, or a fussy cut flower. That's what I was trying to say. Then I'm just wanting a little word to go on there and my scissors. So I'm going to say flower. Okay, there we go. So there's that. We're going to stick it in there. We're going to put in our bits there and we are good to go. Right, let me move this all out the way. These are from Audrey Harris, Crafty Audrey. If you're wanting a glue pen for any of your glues, she does a fab job and love those. They're really helpful. It helps me to find it on my desk. Right, so we want to put in some of these goodies. This is the little envelope. I just stenciled that one. I didn't print on the back. That's going to go on this side here. So I'm going to get that just in over there. Okay, on this side I have got a little piece of ephemera and I've got my tag. Now somebody asked me, how do I make my bows? Well, I just thread through a piece of ribbon and it's even pretty much. I just turn it this way. I find it easier and I just tie it through once, and before I pull it tight I can either pull it one way or the other just to gauge that it's even, and I just make one simple thing there, and then you can just pull those ears up if you want them up. All right, so if you find that it's a little bit short on that side, give it a tug that way or the other, whichever suits, and that's how I do it. It's as simple as that. And then you can slide that in there, that in there. There's your two bits of ephemera. You can cut those a bit shorter if you would prefer. And then everything is good to go. This one we're going to shove into the side. I say shove in a gentle way. Right, we want to grab our book. All right, I'm going to just take the page out. That's where it goes. So gotta love loose pages when you're crafting. I do. Right, this is our page. We're going to stick this over here and then it'll be able to fold. All right, so you might, I'm sort of gauging it more or less halfway and about 1/4 of an inch from the edge. That's okay, just as long as when you put it flat it isn't going to extend there. So that's why I'm keeping it as much to the right as I possibly can, really. Okay, so when I put it down, I'm going to just draw a little line here in pencil, so I know that that's where I've got to buff it to, and then another one that way, just so that I know that's how far down it's got to be. All right, now the glue, you want to put glue, let's just use this one, on the side at the top where the paper is sticking out at the top, and then across on both sides. If it's any paper, then just catch it, right, like that. Don't be afraid to put quite a thickish amount, and then you want to run some glue close to the edge, not on the open end side, the side with the project on the other. All right, so that's how we're going to stick it to our page. Then you can turn that round, close it, yeah, meet with the line there and this there. So you're going to go to that one and to that one like that. Now you know that you have got it in the right spot. Okay, open it up and just run your finger on there. Okay, just hold it for a minute. The Bailey Arts isn't as quick to dry as the art glitter. Okay, there we go, I think. All right, so while that is drying, probably should leave it a little bit. This little bit is going to just go in here. I'm not going to push it all the way in because it's still wet, but it can go in a little bit more. All right, So that's there. That's going to close like this. And then all you need to do is take your little goodie, and I'm going to swap these two again. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Take this, lift it up, open that there. It should go all the way, and then it'll lie like that. There you go. And you've got your little tails sticking out there, which might actually stick out the top a bit. Okay. And there you have it. Your little folio or your booklet, your little belly band. Close that there, open it up. You've got your pocket with your goodies there, and another little tuck spot with your little piece of ephemera in there. And there you go. So that goes back in there. Yeah. And then the whole thing goes back in there. All right, so we've got that one. All right, everyone. It's coming along beautifully. Yeah. I am very happy with how these are all turning out. I just want to lift this so I don't bend the signature. There you go. Yeah, we're getting fuller and fuller with this. It won't be long and we'll be having to work on something new. So I am working on something new. So I'll leave you with those thoughts. I'm not telling you anything. Not quite yet, but I will. All right, everyone, go and have a great day. Have fun putting this together. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. And of course, you can do this in any theme using any papers. You know, you can follow along. Go and grab, if you're a member of the Facebook group, go and grab the freebie there in the group. Or if you aren't on Facebook and prefer just to get it, I sell it for £1 in my website shop, and you can pick it up there. All right, everyone, keep well. Have a great week. I'm going to see you on Friday. We'll have a nice, exciting project, which I have planned for you. So be good to yourself. And stay warm if it's cold like it is here. See you soon. Bye-bye.